Now then, people, good evening. Welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well. And like the chat's saying, before we do go into today's video, all thoughts and prayers to everyone connected with Liverpool Football Club and what's happened in Liverpool today. A 53-year-old white male has been arrested, I believe, ploughing down innocent bystanders at this point. So, thoughts and prayers there. I did put out a tweet earlier on to echo them thoughts as well. And I just want to say, my thoughts go out to them. It's like, imagine it's parade. It's a day that they've longed for since forever, and that's happened, which is just insane. And I mean, there's no. I don't know what to say other than what? Swaggy man, what the fuck are you going on about, bro? The fuck are you going on about? Are you all right? After all that, that's what you want to talk to me about. What do you mean he's a white male? Are you all right? Yo, you're being blocked, you fucktard. You absolute fuckwit. That's what you are. Oh my God. Anyway, sorry. Yes. Apologies for that. As I said, all thoughts and prayers go out to anybody involved. So yeah, let's move on. You are right. I do need to calm down, but that's just mental. That would be the first go-to after everything we've just been discussing. That is your go-to. Says more about you than me, pal. Anyway, I'm going to put a poll in the chat. We're here to talk about Junior Firpo. Should Leeds extend Firpo's contract? Yes or no? And we'll talk and give the reasons as to why. We'll have a look now at the reason that we're doing this video first and foremost. So let's just bring up this comment or this tweet, sorry, which is in response to Matteo Moretto and his YouTube video, and basically Milan Junior Firpo idea expiring with Leeds United. So Junior Firpo has or could be on the books of AC Milan very soon. This is from a top tier source, and they're discussing it over in Italy about him potentially being a replacement for Theo Hernandez, who could be on his way to Saudi. So yeah, let's quickly now. I'm still trying to move on. Right, okay. So what that post does then is highlight an interest that AC Milan have in Junior Firpo, 28-year-old left back. We know his contract is out at Leeds United and expires on the 30th of June. He's no longer a Leeds United player as of the 30th of June. Obviously helped us to secure promotion to the Championship, and Milan see him as a potential replacement for Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez is top tier left back, by the way. It's quite a drop off. it's quite a drop off. But he has been linked to a number of Saudi clubs amid a stalled contract renewal, which is expiring in 2026. So AC Milan potentially wanting to cash in before he runs it down, and he can go to any club then at that point, right? Probably no clubs at this moment in time are willing to afford someone like Teo Hernandez. So rather than losing for a free, they're saying, okay, Saudi, you can take my man because you'll pay for him and you'll give him the what you'll be able to give him the money in the contract that he deserves, right? So obviously there's still no clear indication of a renewal at Leeds United up to this point. I thought when, he was linked, where was he linked not too long ago? And then that was it, wasn't it? He has, his agent was on record as saying that he's got quite a decent offer on the table from Leeds United. If you remember, called it juicy, right? He said, we've got quite a juicy deal on the table from Leeds United. This was, where was he linked? Was that Betis? I can't remember, but his agent kiboshed it. So we got quite a juicy deal or offer on the table, I believe. Or was that Solomon? I can't remember. Yeah. Was that Solomon? Maybe. That was Solomon. I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. It was Firpo. He heads up my ass. Bloody swaggy man sent me into fucking Rose Head, and he can't lie, he sent me into Rose Head. So AC Milan are now interested. He's free. It was Firpo, Oliver. Cheers, bro. AC Milan's interest, what that then does is adds urgency to Leeds United's decision making. He said previously, or was on record as saying, my head's up. My head's on Mars. I can't lie to you. Right. I think I want to start again. My head's on Mars. Solomon agent said he didn't join Marseille because of political reasons. That's it. Right. Yeah, that was it. The other one. I know them. Apologies. Yeah, so DJ, that's made me smile. Run around the block real quick. I know, right? Wow. Okay. We're back in the room. I swear to God. So AC Milan's interest adds urgency to any Leeds United decision making that's needed, right? So, fuck, man. What is going on? I'm gonna go get a drink of water. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I'm gonna play my my countdown again. My water's in there. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah. Love that, Sean. Love that. Right, we're gonna play the intro. I'll be back. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe football show. I hope you are all doing well. Smash me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, and of course, hit that notification bell. Before we start, let me just send out condolences, thoughts, and prayers to any Liverpool fan or anybody in particular that has been affected by the atrocity that's happened today in Liverpool. I believe, as a number of reports are suggesting, that a 53-year-old white male has been arrested at the scene. Look, it's a great day, a parade. We got to experience it. One of the best days of my life outside of my children being born. Don't tell the kids or the missuses, but it was better. I'm joking. Yeah, to go and have that and have this experience, Tara, is very difficult. So thoughts and prayers for all Liverpool fans and anyone affected by that. Tonight's video, though, we're going to be talking about AC Milan's interest in Junior Firpo. The 28-year-old left-back has a contract until the 30th of June this year. Okay, so in a month's time. Obviously, he helped Leeds United secure championship promotion. We're now a Premier League club. I do want to get your thoughts on this scenario because, of course, a lot of comments say he's not good enough for the Premier League. He's not good enough for the Premier League, therefore we should move on with him, move on from him. And that's why I've put in there about offering, a new deal. And that's why I want you to vote in the poll that is there. Should Leeds United offer him a new deal, yes or no? I would hope the majority would say yes, but obviously there is that notion from a lot of fans that, can he do it in the Prem? He's too attacking, will be very defensive or need to be more defensive, and therefore can we rely on him, right? I do agree with you, Jake. I think he is a completely different player this time around, 100%, because he just looks better. I even didn't want him in the Champo. I had no confidence, and then he's turned into an absolute baller. Now, the reason we're discussing this topic is because it's a hot topic, folks, because top-tier source, top-tier source, Matteo Moretti, over, I probably butchered his name, I need Andrea here, don't I? Over on X and his YouTube channel, basically said, Milan idea Junior Firpo in scadenza con il Leeds, which translates to Milan Junior Firpo idea expiring with Leeds. His contract's expiring with Leeds, so therefore Milan hold an interest in him. There is some other stuff about them being interested in him previously when they signed the man who was at Spurs, who was also at Barca. What was the left back called? Emerson Royale. Look, I've found some takes from both Leeds fans and from Milan fans, and I will say Milan fans are not overly infused that they are being linked to Junior Firpo, especially when you consider their left back currently is Theo Hernandez, who is one of the best left backs in the game. To go from Theo Hernandez to Junior, as much as I love Junior, it's quite a drop-off. It is quite a drop-off, I won't lie. Even as a Junior Firpo stan these days, it is quite a drop-off. But we know his contract's done, right? He's still a Leeds player until 30th of June. We'll probably hear a lot more stories on Junior between now and then. Junior Firpo said on record, I know it was only a daft Instagram video or Snapchat, whatever it is, where he said, Parag, send me the thing. And everyone's going, Junior, signed the thing. But then obviously we've heard stories about him potentially being linked to other clubs. Betis, Milan, and Lazio for a period as well. So this interest from AC Milan does add urgency to Leeds United's decision-making. If he's asking XYZ, Leeds United need to make a decision because he said he loves the city, he loves the fans, he wants another shot at the Premier League, all this sort of jazz, because he's on record as saying himself he didn't have the best time of it, injuries, manager changes, etc. But if we do want him, and I don't mind, like I say, if we do, I would re-sign Junior. I'm not one of the fans that doesn't think he's the same player that we got when we were last in the Premier League, and he was shy. I've done it. I was on a video which Ash puts on Twitter every day, reminding me I'm better than Junior Firpo. Yeah, I said this. I've done that. So should we push to extend that deal, or is it better to let him go on a free? Farke spoke in December 2024, saying that the club were delighted with his development, but he was hesitant at that time to commit long term. Now that we've secured promotion back to the Premier League, does Firpo fit into our top flight plan? Can we count on him defensively against the likes of Bukayo Saka, against the likes of Jarrod Bowen, Mohamed Salah? You know, there is a serious conversation to be had there. Look, if we were to check fan sentiment, some say he was too much for the Championship in terms of a wage that he was getting, and he's not good enough for the Prem. So, you know, let him go, because his wage will increase. If we offer him a new deal, he'll want a certain amount of years with probably an increase on what he was getting previously. So what do you think? Should we fight to keep Firpo or let him walk and reinvest that elsewhere? The issue is, if we do reinvest elsewhere, you're probably then going to need 2 left backs. I would like to Tsimikas, Josie. I would like to Tsimikas, yeah, for sure. I don't feel it's a done deal that I keep seeing on X. This isn't Joe B, by the way. I don't want to throw shade Joe B's way by any stretch of the imagination. Big up Joe B. But I saw some tweets saying it was all but done, and I'm a bit like, are you sure to go that strong with it? I mean, if it is, fair play, but I'm not too sure. If we could say it's there, it's a done deal with someone like Tsimikas yet. Look, Firpo was amazing in the Championship. 10 assists, was it? 4 goals, maybe more. He played a massive role in our promotion, didn't he? We looked a different side when he wasn't there. Can't get away from that fact. And offensively, quality. Some fans still address concerns about him defensively. I didn't think he was a problem in the Championship, but it has been a recurring critique during his Leeds United tenure about how poor he is defensively, which in the Premier League, he was bad. He was a walking yellow card. So can he make that step up? I agree with what Jake was saying earlier. Jake O'Sullivan, he's a different player to the one that we had before, for me. He's a different player. So we have to ask that question, can he step up? Yes, he excelled in the Championship, but naturally there is scepticism about his ability to perform in the Premier League. And I get that concern. I do get that concern. He did have prior Premier League experience, but it was inconsistent. It was poor. He had injuries, defensive lapses. Firpo himself acknowledged this question mark over his Premier League quality. He's on record as saying that. You know, so can he address them doubts in 25, 26? Or is he better suited to a move to a club like AC Milan in Serie A? And they might deploy him differently. And I agree with what Sean Ely was saying earlier on. Leeds United are a big club, but we've got to remember we've spent 3 seasons in the Prem. This will be our 4 seasons in the last 2 decades, maybe? A decade and a half, I'm not sure. It's AC Milan. Sean said, you know, when they come a knocking, you go a calling. When they come a calling, you go a knocking. I don't know. But yeah. But look, some Leeds fans will tell you if we need to go up, we needed to improve in that anyway. We need to improve in that area of the pitch. Now, some Milan fans also were pretty scathing. If you look at some of the responses to the tweet, one fan says, Firpo lo seguenvo anni fa e poi ha fatto gagari. That will not be at all what the translation is, but basically he's saying, Firpo, we followed years ago and then he was rubbish, and fears that we get another Emerson Royale flop, which is, you know, he came to Spurs and Milan and, yeah, was pish. So they're probably looking at it and saying, no, stay away. Stay away. So again, I ask yourselves, folks, can Firpo prove his doubters wrong in the Premier League? Or is a move to Milan the best option for him? And Suze, you put Firpo number 2, get a new left back. If Firpo stays, he's staying to be the number 1 left back. 100%. Obviously, be leaving as a free agent. And what did we paid like 12, 13 million for him, I think, back in 2021 from Barca. I think over the course, I don't think it'll be any PSR whatsoever, will it? But you'd imagine his wages as well. Yeah, like Lee says, wages far too high to be a second choice. He won't want to be a second choice as well. He won't want to be a second choice. I mean, what would his wages be, do we think? I'm just going to have a look, actually, on Capology and just see what his salary is now. His salary now is 60 grand a week, right? 60 grand. That's not verified, but according to Capology, he's on 60 grand a week. He's going to want more than that. He's probably going to be due a Premier League pay rise, a bonus. And then it's his last contract. You're giving him 2-3. He's not going to want less than that. And to be honest, AC Milan probably could offer him more than that. You know? Just out of interest, I want to see what Tsimikas is on at Liverpool. Let's have a look. Liverpool. Tsimikas. See, he's on 75 grand a week. 75 grand a week. You know, so Tsimikas is probably going to be wanting probably more than what Firpo's wanting, if I'm honest. And then if Junior Firpo was to leave, Sam Byram's definitely not going because we need to keep him. Because then you're losing too many in the fullback areas, and then you have to go buy a new fullback who potentially wants more wages than what Junior wants. I don't know, but then you're just kicking the can down the road anyway because Junior will only be here for 2-3 years, and then you'll be wanting to bring in a new one anyway. And with Loney, it's safe Solomon don't come back. I don't think Joe Rothwell will. Gulavogi's gone. You're looking at a lot more deals, really. I would like Junior to stay. I believe he deserves another opportunity at the Premier League. And it means us not having to go out and spend again. Do you know what I mean? And spend again. Because we'd have to do that, right? What does it say as well in terms of are we being too scathing on Junior Firpo when a club like AC Milan wants him? You know? Why does a club like Milan see Firpo as a viable option? Real Betis see him as a viable option. One AC Milan fan put Bella idea di merda. I think I'll get that one right. Bella idea di merda, which means great shitty idea at AC Milan. I don't know. Is he good enough for Milan? That's it again. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's a difficult one on Junior Firpo. But I would say that it's come from a pretty reliable source. But for all we know, Carlos, it could again be agent talk because he was linked to Lazio not too long ago, as well as Betis. And then there's a conversation of like, is it to try get more out of Is it to try get more out of Leeds United? Is it to get them to sign on the dotted line right now as soon as possible? And if Leeds United if Firpo does leave, what do we need as a replacement? Do we want someone similar with attacking flair? Because we did see when we had two fullbacks, both bombing forward, Bogle, Firpo, we were better. The second time around in the Champo, we looked better. But then, do we need to come away from some of the Farker principles and sign a defensively solid left back for the Premier League? Like, I can't think of a left back off the top of my head, but if you're looking at someone like Soufal, I know he's not a left back, but say Soufal is more defensively rounded and can be more, can be depended on a lot more than Bogle could defensively, for example. And it'd be nice to have a mix of the two. It would be nice to have a mix. Would be nice to have a mix of the two, but I think you struggle these days. You either get someone who's a failed winger who's become a fullback, and then, or you get someone who's maybe not quite good enough at centre back that's had to go out to fullback. Kyle Walker-Peters, great option, yeah, for sure. Definitely. So I guess as well, then, who do we need to sign if Firpo does leave? And look, if the story is to be believed to be true and genuine, I think he would go to AC Milan. And I wouldn't blame him for that. But then it's a wider point in it as well of like, you've then got the Harrison situation that we were discussing not too long ago. Again, it's more bodies that you're having to move on, and then you're having to do all sorts of business. So what's next? We need to prepare for both scenarios, right? Retaining him or replacing him. If he stays, how does Daniel Farker maximise his strengths in the Premier League? Make sure that we don't see the same Junior Firpo that we got last time. And then if he does leave, does it again have to change the transfer strategy? Because you're having to add two left backs there. You've got Schmidt, that's a good point, Gilly. We forget about Isaac Schmidt. But again, it's a tall ask for Isaac Schmidt to come in. No, maybe Isaac Schmidt, yeah, bloody hell. Isaac Schmidt. There's an option there. Isaac Schmidt, but then you probably need a more defensive left back. Aaron Creswell. People don't want him though. Maybe too agey, too old if you like. Yeah. I did put a poll in the chat to ask, like, it's so split. Should Leeds extend Firpo's contract? 54% say yes, 46% say no. So it's quite close. It's quite close, a lot closer than the Jack Harrison one earlier, which was like 90% get him gone. So there is that. Good to hear, Dave P. Good to hear. I have Gary yet. Thoughts and prayers. Naturally, I think they will shut all transport links and stuff just in case it is, something more than just one lone guy, I guess. You understand that, so. Yeah, Mark, look, if you're asking for my personal preference, would I keep Junior Firpo? Yes. Would I sign him up? Yes. Don't know what his demands are, Stu. I'd give him a 3-year deal, similar to what he's getting now. We get his twilight of his career, and it means we don't have to buy a left back. I know someone will want a backup, but if we do consider Schmidt, then there you go. And we can use that money elsewhere. If Firpo does go, you're then having to buy a left back and also then pay them wages as well. And like Tsimikas has been mentioned, I don't think it's close as people are saying. He would cost a transfer fee and also a wage. And his wage currently at Liverpool is around about 75 grand a week. So it's again extra fundage that we probably could do without spending, if you know what I mean. Yes, Jake Jackson. We had one of the smallest squads in the Champo, and one of the we'll have one of the smallest in Prem for sure. Trust me, Joe, we need a new left back instead of Firpo or on top of. Do you mean Edward? Be interesting to get that side. But yeah, 55% say offer him a new deal. I sort of fallen in love with Firpo during the Championship, which is mad, but he's been on a bit of a journey. And I think he deserves an opportunity at the Premier League with Leeds United. And I think we should give him that. If he wants that, though. If he wants to leave, then so be it, and we have to go and buy someone. But yeah, just another player another area of the pitch we have to look at. You know, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was just a quick shit vid, which is a Jack City line, to update you on that. There'll be more tomorrow. It's getting busy in it. That's 3 videos we've done today. Because stories, especially as the first draws closer, there'll be a lot for us to discuss. But yeah. Yeah, maybe Jake, maybe AC Milan. I almost feel, look, I really like Junior, but I feel that AC Milan's too big of a step. I'm not too sure. Or maybe a drop off from Theo Hernandez. It's massive, that massive. But yeah, listen, I don't want to keep you all night. Apologies for the start of the video as well. My head was in Mars. But thank you for just quick question, George. Did you do the 45 goals? I don't know what the 45 goals is, bro. The 200 million spend we have has the wages included. What's the story with the jet wash? How do you not know, Mark? Jet washers unite. More will be revealed. Match of the day said Chelsea has the youngster team in Prem, followed by Leeds. All right, the youngest team. There you go. Firpo can go. Tsimikas can come. Yeah, fair, Jake. Fair. He deserves. I believe. Or squad battles. I haven't, mate. Maldino, I haven't been on it, bro. I've been a little bit under the weather, mate. I haven't been on it for a while, to be honest. So, no, unfortunately not, man. I missed the La Liga team of the season, and that probably missed some boss cards, but we move. Yeah, Firpo could leave and go off into the sunset, and we could remember him as the one that was smashing it in the Champo, as opposed to, oh no, he struggled in the Prem again and we're on the floor. So yeah, we'll wait and see. It's going to be exciting though. Listen, thanks always for watching. Smash me a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Get your comments in and hit that notification bell. I'll see you tomorrow at some point, yeah? Peace out, man. Peace and love. Thank you.